Welcome back, viewers. It's the eve of Donald Trump's inauguration as the Trump 2.0 is all set to begin in the United States of America. Now, Trump will be taking oath as the 47th president of the USA. Now, this comes just months after Trump defeated Democratic nominee Kamala Harris in November 2024. This marks Trump's return to the Oval Office for a second term after previously serving as a president from 2017 to 2021. Alongside him, it's going to be Vice President-elect J.D. Vance, who will also be taking oath of office today. The inauguration ceremony will be held at the U.S. Capitol, where both Trump and Vance will formally assume their roles. Trump promised to regain control over the border issues. Also, he vowed to expel every illegal immigrant from the country. Another major point, and what he spoke about in his speech, and we are speaking especially of the inaugural speech because that's the latest update coming in. He also vowed the return of TikTok. He said that US has agreed to the return of TikTok if the US would own 50% of the application. Trump also outlined the foreign policy agenda, emphasizing that once in office, he would be now working to end the Russia-Ukraine conflict as well. Listen in to what Trump said in his victory rally.
I'm thrilled to be back with so many friends, supporters, and true American patriots on the eve of taking back our country. That's what we're going to do, take back our country. Tomorrow at noon, the curtain closes on 4 long years of American decline, and we begin a brand new day of American strength and prosperity, dignity and pride. Bringing it all back. Once and for all, we're going to end the reign of a failed and corrupt political establishment in Washington, a failed administration. We're not going to take it anymore. As of today, TikTok is back. But I said we need to save TikTok because we're talking about a tremendous... Who in this audience goes with TikTok? Many? Yeah, very popular. And frankly, we have no choice. We have to save it. A lot of jobs. We don't want to give our business to China. We don't want to give our business to other people. I will end the war in Ukraine, I will stop the chaos in the Middle East, and I will prevent World War III from happening, and you have no idea how close we are.
Donald Trump celebrated his return to the presidency with a victory rally in Washington one day before the swearing-in. The event took place at the Capitol One Arena, featuring speeches, musical performances and appearances by Trump allies and the family members. The rally featured musical performances, including appearances by Kid Rock and many others. In fact, it was also Tesla CEO Elon Musk who made an impromptu speech, but what grabbed everyone's attention was Trump's performance with the Village People on popular track YMCA. And with the countdown to his swearing-in ceremony, excitement is buzzing amongst his supporters as well. Many are viewing this as a comeback, a powerful statement. It signals, they say, Trump's enduring influence over the party and also the unwavering support base which he has in the country. Listen into all the reactions coming in.
Just an awesome day to be an American. I'm standing in front of the Arlington Cemetery. Hopefully, Mr. Trump, President Trump, will be laying the wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier shortly. I am absolutely the proudest American alive today, and I appreciate him and all the work that he's done to persevere and get our country back on the right track.
My name is Carter. This is Catherine. We're here from Massachusetts to support Donald Trump. We are excited for him to be back in office because we are tired of putting other countries first. We want to make sure that we look out for Americans.
In fact, as far as India is concerned, Trump taking over, what it means for India, all eyes in India also on Donald Trump. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar today will be joining a clutch of international leaders and captains of the top tech companies at the swearing-in ceremony. This is the first time that an External Affairs Minister of the country will be attending the inauguration of a US president. Jaishankar's presence in DC on that day is of high importance as far as India is concerned. Because India holds the Trump administration, in particular, and what it means for India. We'll be taking a look at that. Talking about the issues, there are some key issues, be it hiccups over trade tariffs, H-1B visa, also tech transfer. There are many key issues which remain between India and the US as well. But what Trump's victory means for India, the focus is on boosting security and defense ties, new avenues to expand Indian tech force, push for continuity in Quad initiative, revival of restrictive immigration policies of Trump, when it comes to standing against China and more.
I have with me Congressman Sri Thanedar. Congressman, welcome to Times Now.
Thank you.
My first question to you is that, you're one of the longest serving congressmen from the Indian community. What has been your observation over the years from Trump, his first tenure and now Trump 2.0? What are the expectations? How has the environment in the US changed over the years?
Well, a lot. So right now the concern really is about economy. And one of the reasons why Trump got elected is because people feel that he will address the economic issues. That remains to be seen. Let's just see what happens then. But talking about India and U.S. relations, this is an important time, and we need to continue to strengthen our relationship. Fortunately, Narendra Modi ji and Trump have a very good chemistry.
Right.
From his first term, they hit it off. They got together well. Modi ji has such a good charisma. So is Trump, and so they have got along very well together. They built a strong relationship. I am hoping that it can continue because India is soon going to be the third largest economy in the world. We see a lot of aggression from China, and we need to counter that. And a strong relationship between India and U.S. will go a long way in countering China's aggression.
My follow-up question to that is that what would be your 3 priorities or key expectations from the Trump administration as far as India is concerned?
Well, look, the tariffs that Trump is proposing are not going to be good for American consumers, and they are also not going to be good for India-U.S. relationship.
Right.
So that is one of my major concerns. I don't think the tariffs are going to work. We need to have a greater collaboration on defense, on military, on technology. India is one of the leaders in technology as we address information technology, as we address artificial intelligence. We need to have strong partnership with India.
Right. And what kind of influence do you think Indians or people of Indian origin will have on the policy making by the Trump administration? Because you're seeing there are many Indian faces in his cabinet, and also now the Samosa caucus is expanded with 6 members.
Yeah. Well, just because there are Indian members don't necessarily mean that they are pro-India.
Okay.
All right. And if, in fact, some of them are absolutely not pro-India. So more than that, I think it's encouraging to see Indian Americans making it into the political arena. I'm happy to see a lot of the Indian Americans in the Trump administration. I'm not so necessarily sure that these people essentially going to contribute towards a greater India-US relationship. That all remains to be seen. I am a little bit skeptical about that.
So what do you think needs to be done to strengthen the India? Hello and welcome to Times Now. I'm Malvika Jain and I have with me Congressman Suhas Subramaniam, who was recently elected to the Congress from the state of Virginia. Suhas, welcome to Times Now. My first question to you is that, you've recently been elected. What has been your experience over the past 2 months? What has kept you busy?
We have a staff now. We have committees now. I'm on the Science and Technology Committee and the Government Oversight Committee, and so those are 2 very important committees. And so we have a lot going on. And one of the big things that I'm trying to do right now is just make sure, Virginia has representation. And I'm trying to all my ideas on the campaign trail, just trying to implement them and somehow find a way to work with this administration.
Sure. So now with Donald Trump as the president of the United States, you're a part of the Samosa caucus. All 6 members of the Samosa caucus happen to be from the Democratic Party. What do you think the Trump presidency will mean for India, and what kind of influence do you think the 6 of you, and particularly you, could have on India-US relationship?
Yeah, the U.S.-India relationship is a bipartisan effort. It's always had bipartisan support. And I think, certainly the people in the mostly Congress, but even many, many members of Congress and even President Trump himself have been supportive of that relationship in the past and will be in the future. So I do think it'll mean good things, and we'll all be working together on making sure we strengthen those ties.
Sure, and a key part of the ties is the people-to-people ties, and immigration is an integral part of that. Donald Trump has expressed some very strong opinions. What do you think it would mean for immigrants or potential legal immigrants coming in from India?
Yeah, I'm very supportive of, for instance, the H-1B program and trying to make sure that, they have a path to citizenship. There's so many talented immigrants that are coming from India, and they're on green card wait lists for 10, 15 years, sometimes up to a lifetime. And so we want to make sure they get a path to citizenship. For folks who are undocumented, I think we're going to have to find a comprehensive solution long term. I know there's more undocumented Indian immigrants coming in, and so we'll have to figure out a long-term solution. I hope to have a bipartisan effort with Republicans on figuring that out, because we can't deport everyone. There's 15 million plus undocumented immigrants at this point. We have to figure out a vetting process as well as, how we integrate folks long term.
Sure.
And along with the EM Jaishankar, foreign dignitaries, including the Chinese Vice President, also Argentina's President, the former Polish Prime Minister, the leader of Britain's right-wing Reform UK party, many others are going to attend this event. The Indian billionaire Nitish, viewers, Mukesh Ambani and also Nita Ambani also met with Donald Trump yesterday as celebrations kicked off.
Which is unheard of, especially, I shouldn't say this for a Republican. The Republicans are actually becoming the mainstream party. And which is unheard of, especially, I shouldn't say this for a Republican. The Republicans are actually becoming the mainstream party. And
All right, viewers, now we'll be slipping into a short commercial break. More